Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Toronto. Third best record here in the early going. And, of course, there's the Celtics, 3.5 back.
Well, I think for Toronto, they had pressure on them coming into the season. A lot of people were picking them to have a special year. And they haven't shied away from that pressure. They've embraced it.
Well, on paper, they certainly look dominant coming in, and that's exactly what we've seen on the floor. No one is going to want to face this team in the postseason.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. The post pairing, Barnes playing alongside Pirtle. The guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. And it's Ingram in at the 3, the small forward. And for Boston, Pritchard and White are their guards. Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Barnes sends it back. Ingram outside. Quickly against Pritchard. Driving inside. It's hauled in by Brown. Here's Boston now. In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A glue guy you can plug in just about anywhere.
At the line for 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. We are really in the thick of the regular season now, Greg. You like what you've seen so far?
Absolutely. You can tell that everyone came to play this year. The game just keeps getting more advanced, and the skill level continues to rise.
And both free throws good for White.
And one of the responsibilities with being a great player is making free throws.
And Barrett slams it in.
R.J. Barrett right there playing with an edge. I want to see more of that from him.
Outside Tatum. Shoots the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That's a high percentage look when the B doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's Ingram. 9 points last game out. Pirtle against Vucevic. Barrett wide open. He fired.
Nice.
Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Brown inside. He's covered by Ingram. Brown against Ingram. Brown, no good. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. A 3 from Quickly, rebounded by Vucevic.
Well, it's early on in this one. Only one basket to speak of. There is time to start working together.
On the wing, Brown. Quickly covering. It's good.
Nice.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, with a window of opportunity opening in the East, the Raptors are trying to make inroads. After acquiring Brandon Ingram last season, he's finally out of the bubble wrap and providing that offensive punch that this team has needed. The goal is clear. Ingram said it himself. They're looking to get back into the playoffs in Toronto.
Love that confidence. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. Here's Barrett. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Barnes kicks to Ingram. A three-pointer is right on target.
Well, he is more than capable of hurting you from the three-point line. Ingram knows how dangerous that shot is.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Some changes for Boston. Sam Hauser comes in for White, and it's Gonzalez in for Pritchard. And Toronto making a change here. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Outside Gonzalez. Back to Tatum. Vucevic setting the pick for Tatum. 4 on the clock. No good with the triple. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Tim, an old school big man, Jakob Poeltl, still more than valuable in today's game.
Well, there certainly remains a place in this league for centers who defend the rim, rebound, and set screens. He might not be flashy, but he's a winning player. Well, Scotty Barnes is one of those do-it-all kind of guys. He can guard 1 through 4, and then offensively, he can basically do any job that's required.
Hauser finds Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy misser, too.
Well, that is the shot he should be looking for. He's just got to hope for better luck next time.
Celtics have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Tatum's got 7 points.
Nice little finish there inside from Tatum. He is so quick to get up when he's near the rim.
Barnes the screen. Pass to Ingram. Takes a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. 6 points for him.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Up top, Brown. Dick defending. Releases from 15. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And not the easiest shot on the floor. And Brown sticking with that one, showing his confidence.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And that one is good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Brown outside. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Celtics lead by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. It's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
And they're also drawing off the energy from this crowd. It is loud in here tonight.
Toronto trailing. So for Toronto right now, Walter out there with Emmanuel quickly. Then there's Dick. And Murray Boyles in at the 4 spot.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you so much. Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic wants his team to be very competitive on the defensive end. He said, quote, covering for each other, protecting the paint, taking away corner threes, and making a team effort. Everybody's got to chip in. Back to you.
All for 1. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Pritchard with the ball. Quickly covering. Kata's shot is off. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Dick. 3-pointer. Rebound, Boston. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost him.
Well, that's the big challenge. Teams tend to feel more comfortable at home for sure, so you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. That just didn't happen in this one.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. He's checked in for the Celtics. Derek White comes in for Exeter. Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto. R.J. Barrett comes in for Grady Dick. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Barrett the pass to Mamu Kalashvili. And he lays it straight in. Mamu Kalashvili has got his second bucket tonight. And Craig, the way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch you.
And Toronto has possession following the three-pointer by Boston. Toronto working the ball around now. Quickly, a screen on Brown. Back to Quickly. Banked in off the glass. Quickly's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Bounce pass Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. Quickly covering, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, that'll give them something to think about.
Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Walter. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's White. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
On the wing, Barnes connects from three-point range. Barnes has got the lead up to 3 now for Toronto.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And having starred in a 6-man role in New York, Tim Emmanuel quickly has been handed the keys in Toronto.
Well, he certainly has, Kevin, and he's got the contract to match it. You talk about confidence and determination to prove yourself. That sums up quickly. Well, he's starting to get into a rhythm now after a rough first quarter.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. making a change here. Shed's checked in. While we have a moment here, let's reveal the teams that have been holding opponents to the fewest points this month. Number 1, the Celtics.
And they have really been focused on picking up their defensive effort, playing passing lanes, pressuring ball handlers, and trying to contest every shot.
Now here's White. 11 points for him in that last game against the Knicks in New York. The Trey. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Boy, it's a joy to watch Ingram as he's developed. One of the hardest working players in the game.
Celtics trail by 3. Now White, 5 points in the game. Kata, and that one is stuffed right through.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Well, Barnes plays with a real edge. It allows him to get in there and mix it up with the big boys.
Tatum wide open, he fires one. From outside,
come
off the
on.
mark. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Raptors. It's a 3-point game coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
I just think you have to place more value on your possessions. We see in this league quite a bit. The more wide-open style can also lead to careless play.
And Derek White picks up
What?
That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Emmanuel quickly.
Barnes outside. Got it off in time. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Raptors out in front, leading by 3. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
They have a long stretch away from the friendly confines. We'll see what they're made of.
I will say, though, beating a team in their own house, sending those fans home upset, oh, I miss that feeling.
Man, me too.
All right, Phil, it's time to talk about that first half. How fantastic has Scotty Barnes been?
His selections is touch phenomenal. It's the kind of shooting night some people dream about, except for me. He's doing it in real life. You know what I mean, Ernie?
Yeah, I do. Efficient, effective, and making it look effortless.
Effortless.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Scotty Barnes.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Vucevic is out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
When Barnes is attacking the painted area, good things tend to happen.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
And so he's able to get one of two. As we canvass the league and look at the landscape, some tremendous young talent on the wing, Tim. Who might be the best wing player 5 years down the road, say?
Well, I'm looking at Anthony Edwards right now because of the skill, the athletic ability, and then the competitive desire. I think he wants to be great. You'd also look at guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, certainly. And then you've got a guy like Cade Cunningham in Detroit, who hasn't even started to scratch the surface.
Boy, you've made a great list of guys right there, for sure.
And certainly Quickly is not afraid to attack that painted area if he sees an opening.
And so Boston again turning it over.
Come on. A chance to look at the stats for Jason Tatum. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. Averaging about 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
Well, that's right. There's no question he's not their only offensive weapon, but he is a key cog in what they're trying to do.
Ingram wide open. Misses the three. Celtics trail by 4. Right down low. Barrett covering. Outside Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. Just 5 on the clock. Vucevic is screen on quickly. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
And it's Ingram missing.
Yeah, just 25% to start this half. They're going to have to start getting higher percentage shots.
And White kicks to Vucevic. Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Knocks down the 3 ball. Pritchard's got 6.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Quickly the bounce pass. Barnes outside. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, he's got such a diverse skill set. Scotty Barnes can go off on any night, and he is rolling.
Oh, nice. And 1.
Down the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line. So it'll be Jaylen Brown shooting. It goes on Brandon Ingram. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Sam Hauser's checked in for White. The Raptors also with a sub. Dick's checked in.
At the line, shooting 1.
Brown no good on the free throw.
A fearless athlete. Jaylen Brown competes every single night on both sides of the ball. Something you want as a teammate. And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Celtics trail by 3. And a player, Tim, who stuffs the stat sheet, Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, Kevin, he just has a great all-around game. But the thing I like the most, he's very unselfish. He will pass up a shot if a teammate has a better one.
And it's Barnes with the ball for the Raptors. Pass to Dick. There's the 3. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Vucevic is screen on quickly. Pritchard passes to Vucevic. Misses from short range.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
And here is Ingram. Lets it go from 14. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Well, fortunately, as he searches for his scoring rhythm, they still have the lead for now.
Tatum a screen. Tatum on the wing. Over Barnes. Tatum no good. The Raptors have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Barnes kicks to Ingram. And the Raptors miss again.
But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down.
Brown with it. Headed now by Barnes. Sweet touch inside from Brown.
And very early on, Brown learned how to finish through contact, an essential skill for an NBA player to master.
Toronto's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Back to quickly. Ingram deciding where to go with it. This one for 3, and it's quickly missing. Celtics have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. To the inside, and Vucevic throws it down.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standard, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
A 3 from quickly, and that one released in time, but no good. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Celtics lead by 3, and we'll be back right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. We've got Barnes. He's out there with Dick. And it's Barrett at the 2. Pass to Keita. And it's Mamu Kelishvili with the rebound. Raptors trail by 3. To the middle. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Now, Barnes really gets off the ground. He is just an effortless athlete.
Gonzalez with it inside. Here's Garza. Good D by Barnes. Down low. Dick in the corner. Hits it from three-point range.
Man.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
Brown attacking Keita, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Keita's got it all tied up now for Boston.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And for the Raptors, they're shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Here's Shed. And that one's good. Barnes. And the Raptors lead by 2.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something. And his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Both teams deciding to change it up. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. Well, coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
All right, Allie, thanks. Boston trailing. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And stolen by Barnes. Here's Shed. Vucevic defending. Barnes. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Barnes so physical inside. He can beat you down there as well.
And the turnover again.
Oh, come on.
The Raptors making a switch here.
Substitution, Brandon Ingram. Emmanuel Quickly.
Here's Quickly. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sync. Good luck trying to stop him now.
Yeah, he gives up a few inches to most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
Now here's Brown. Vucevic setting the pick for Brown. White outside. 6 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Ingram. Toronto with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Brown with it. Picked up by Barrett. That one goes in.
So many big moments for Brown in his career. No sweat there.
Toronto leading by 4. Now Barnes for 3. The 3 goes down.
Man, he has been great in this quarter. Really involved. I love how they're using him.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Richard comes in for Payne. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Now here's Tatum. One deep. The 3 is drilled by Tatum.
No stranger to the big moment. What a play there from Tatum.
Quickly against Pritchard. Barnes down low. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
This is what the fans came to see. A lot of great plays going back and forth.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
And you can just see their confidence is growing.
Ingram with it. Picked up by Brown. With the step back. Shoots. Vucevic pulls it down.
Gotta knock down that shot when you don't. You're letting the defense off the hook.
Outside Tatum. Takes the 3. 3. Good.
This is exactly why they go to him in these spots. These guys believe in his ability to come through in the clutch.
Ingram against Brown. Hurdle with a screen on Brown. And stolen by Tatum. Quickly against Pritchard. Outside Brown. Vucevic setting the pick for Brown. Knocks down the 3.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
What a
Nice.
big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. What do you think we're going to see here?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
Ingram. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Keeps it alive. He parachutes in for the putback.
Look at that shot. Vucevic not afraid to carry the weight, so to speak, in a tough situation. The team knows they can rely on him.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Ingram against Brown, and he drains the jam.
Well, they really needed that one right there, and Ingram came through in a big moment.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Brandon Ingram, third personal foul, second team foul. At the line for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown. At the line for 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
Yeah, to tie it up, absolutely. Let's see what they run here.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
At the line for 2 shots.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Stepped up to the line, and he took care of his business and guaranteed the win.
So it's the Celtics
Nice.
up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll do it, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Tonight, we'll see the Miami Heat as they play against the Boston Celtics here in Boston. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, clearly his offensive output has been on a bit of a decline. Now that could point to a lot of things, but mostly I think he's just putting his focus elsewhere on the floor, looking for other ways to help out his team.
And the starting lineup for Miami, Andrew Wiggins is out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Bam Adebayo, then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Mitchell in at the 1. And for Boston, their backcourt, Pritchard and White. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Vucevic in at the 5, down low. Here we go. All right, Grant, when your team is in the second game of a back-to-back, do you play it differently?
You know, it depends on what happened in the first game. Did your starters have to play a lot of minutes? Did you get into double overtime? It just depends, B.A.
Now here's Mitchell. Off target from outside. Pritchard against Hero. Here's Brown. Rebound Miami. Hero with it. For 3, Powell. And Pritchard pulls it down. Up top, Vucevic. The floater is good.
Well, Nikola Vucevic can score against excellent defense. That is a good finish in close.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. Like everyone, he's impressed with Adebayo's relentless nature. He said, quote, we have to match his intensity at both ends, trying to keep him off of the glass and trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Coach knows they can do it for stretches, but he wonders if they can do it for a full game. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. So it's Boston now. Miami making their last shot inside. Here's Tatum, and finished off by Tatum.
You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Nice.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, thanks. The Heat knew they needed to add more shot creation. And this summer, they went out and got just that. Acquiring Norman Powell, coming off an all-star caliber season with the Clippers, and doing so without giving up much draft capital in return, or even a starter. That has to be considered a home run for the Heat.
A great addition. Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams.
Vucevic knows who he is. This guy is a close scorer, a legit threat to finish it with authority.
Here's Mitchell. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Tatum.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Miami shooting their first free throws of the night now.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. Hauser, he's checked in for White. And he makes both free throws. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. Vucevic, a screen on Hero. Down low. And Vucevic gets it to go on the assist by Brown. 6 points for Nikola Vucevic. Heat trail by 4. Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo from the line. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
And Adebayo isn't merely a low post threat. He can also hurt you with his jumper.
Pass to Tatum. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Picked by Vucevic. Here's the 3. He's off on that one. Miami has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Mitchell, the pass to Wiggins. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. And it's a tie ball game.
Now, this guy can do it anytime he wants. Andrew Wiggins with broad shoulders to carry the load there.
Vucevic, a screen on Mitchell. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Adebayo grabs the board. The Heat on offense. This is their first chance this season playing Boston. Sends it home from three-point land.
Improved decision-making by Andrew Wiggins, and that makes him an even greater challenge to guard.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Put your hands together for Celtics Entertainment. Make some noise for them.
Comes in for Bam Adebayo, and Jaime Jaquez is subbed in for Mitchell. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Vucevic, a screen on Wiggins. To the paint to halt the run, and Vucevic puts it in. Vucevic has got 8 points.
He still hasn't missed. 4 for 4 to start the game.
Hero, the pass to Powell. Back to Hero. Boston pulls it in. They put up a nice win against Toronto last time out.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had it.
Oh, come on.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Larson comes in for Hero. From 13, the shot off that time. Vucevic with some nice D. Brown passes to Vucevic.
Oh.
Here's Larson. Back to Powell. Here's Larson. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Gonzalez misses. Here's Larson. No good on the triple. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Miami out in front. They lead by 1. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
Here's Pritchard. No points so far. They've got Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Here's Garza. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we see over 120 possessions a game. But the efficiency is at an all-time high.
Here's Adebayo. The Celtics making their last shot, and it's in there. Adebayo's got 6 points.
And what I love about Adebayo is he picks smart shots to take. Just an efficient offensive player.
Left side Pritchard. Shot from the wing. And he comes up with a bucket.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Adebayo passes to Smith. Another shot. Connects. The jumper drops. Smith's got his first bucket in this one. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. He's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Shireman. Powell, he's checked in for Miami. Mitchell comes in for Smith. Boston trailing. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
Here's Powell. A 14-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
And let's talk about his passing, guys. Let's remember he also did an excellent job of finding guys in their right spots.
Now here's Pritchard. On the wing, Tatum. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. JT
Nice.
for 3.
I'll tell you what, their execution just continues to impress.
Outside Adebayo. Outside Jaquez. Clock at 6. Pass to Adebayo. The 3. Boston pulls it in. When this game is done, they'll be off to Toronto, taking on the Raptors. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Pritchard, the pass to Queta. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. check in for Miami. These teams have been lighting it up so far. The NBA's top scoring teams. 5th on the list, Miami.
They've been having a great season on the offensive end of the floor. It never takes this team long to put big points up on the board.
Pass to Ware. Powell outside. Miami moving it around. Mitchell finds Jaquez. Hero outside. Looking to win the run. Knocks it down from distance. Hero's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Boston leading by 3. Now here's White. No points yet. Here's Garza. And a missed layup.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number 1 in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Guys, back to you.
Good priorities. Thank you very much for the report, Allie. Richard,
oh, come on.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game, and the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
It's always a good thing when the defense is scrambling.
Nice.
Whenever there was open space on the perimeter, their shooters were able to locate it.
You've got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Where? And he takes that one up and powers it through.
If a teammate's open in the painted area, you give him the basketball. Those are high-quality shots.
To the inside. Here's Cato. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction. You love it when a guy can put a slow start behind him and begin to ramp it up.
Pritchard surviving the D. Launches a 3. The rebound by Ware. Miami has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Here's Powell. And that misses. That would have put him up. And Boston pushing it up now. And White finishes off the break. Well done.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Celtics out in front. They lead by 3. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Coach, it's been a hard-fought game, a lot of hustle plays. What gets you over the hump in the second half?
Well, we just have to keep on grinding. That's what this kind of game is like. In many ways, it feels like a playoff game. But those plays right there, ball in the air, ball on the floor, we gotta make sure we're dominating those areas and then make some plays.
We'd love to see playoff intensity there in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Thanks for joining us. The story through the first half, the Miami Heat in a game so far that's been close.
They're getting bullied on the defensive end, but they're still standing. That says something.
Yeah, giving up so many easy buckets. How are they going to still win this game?
Fellas, what do you say we take a look now at the power rankings?
You take a look at the Heat, they're sort of stuck in this same range, right in the middle, here in the middle of the season.
Middling overall, just like your analysis, Kenny. Oh, just kidding, my buddy. You're the best, or at least top 30.
Top 30?
That's saying
top
something.
Top 30?
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Nikola Vucevic has come to play here in this one.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. And on the floor for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. Tyler Hero is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Norman Powell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Wiggins in at the 4.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Bam doing what he does best.
And once Bam gets the ball inside, the bucket is almost guaranteed. He's a serious producer in the paint.
Powell passes to Adebayo. Powell outside for the tie. The shot misses.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Mitchell against Pritchard. Here's Vucevic. Oh, great D that time from Adebayo.
But the defense hanging in right there, making that shot really difficult.
Hero with the bucket.
Yeah, rising up on a dime. I love seeing Hero be assertive like this.
Mitchell against Pritchard. Pass to White. Vucevic, a screen on Hero. White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Well, that's the intelligence that Derek White plays with. This guy in pick-and-roll action always seems to make the right decision.
A playmaker who can also score in bunches. I'm talking about Derek White, Doris.
I'm so glad you are, PA, because Derek White's big-time shot-making ability under duress of the shot clock. How many times does this guy get the ball with very little time on the clock, and he just stands calmly and delivers shot after shot?
Yep, that one goes.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4, and looking good doing it.
Heat trail by 4. Hero outside. Inside, here's Adebayo. And he drains him. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Outside Pritchard. Vucevic, a screen on Mitchell. Pritchard from outside. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Mitchell. Adebayo up top. No good. That would have tied it.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Outside Tatum for 3. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 7 rebounds in the game. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Mitchell against Tatum for the tie. And it's Mitchell laying it in. Mitchell's got 7.
Man, they cut off.
They're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from the inside.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. He's checked in for Boston. And Miami with a change here, too. Jaquez is checked in. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Wiggins against Tatum. Here's Hauser. Jaquez grabs the board. The Heat have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Here's Hero. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Yeah, and this is why Hero was a lottery pick back in 2019, because of how incredible of a scorer he can be.
Brown, that's good. .102 left to play in the third quarter here. Jaquez, the pass to Adebayo. Adebayo, a screen on Pritchard. Back to Adebayo. No good. Vucevic with some nice D. Pritchard with it. Picked up by Powell. Outside Pritchard. Vucevic, a screen on Powell. Pritchard, the pass to Vucevic. And
come on.
By Adebayo. Pass to Jaquez. Three-pointer. Rebound Boston. Brown's got 4 rebounds now. Tatum with a screen. 18 feet out. Up again. Oh, the long arm of the law. Tatum.
One of the hardest, most prideful players out there. Jason Tatum ready to help out on that play.
Hero, no good. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Celtics out in front, up 2. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. Then it's Derek White. Then it's Sam Hauser. And it's Gonzalez in at the point. That's the Boston 5.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Doris, Norman Powell has been impressive ever since his younger days.
Well, he put people on notice in high school, right? He wins the dunk contest for San Diego County. He was on 2 All-State teams and won a state championship. And boy, he has proven a scorer in the league.
The Heat with the lead. Pass to Ware. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Mitchell's got 6 assists here tonight.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Now here's Tatum. The 3-ball. Drills it from deep.
That's Tatum's size and high release point. He's able to get that 3-point shot off against virtually anybody.
Here's Larson. Buries it down low. And the Heat lead by 2.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
There's Tatum with the 3. Mitchell grabs a miss.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Jaquez. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. And it's a 4-point Heat lead.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Right side Tatum. Oh, and it's Tatum finishing it off inside.
This continues to be a battle. The lead is within reach.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. with some changes. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Ware. Wiggins comes in for Jaquez. And it's Hero in for Larson. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra said to the team. He cautioned his guys against forcing things at the arc, saying we can't make a rhythm happen. So don't force it. Take what is coming to you out there. Coach hoping for a renewed offensive focus going forward, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Powell for three. And again, no good by Miami.
I'll tell you, he has not been at his best, but they're winning, and that's all that matters.
The kick to Tatum. Pass to White. The three. Yes, sir, with the three.
Love to see Derek White go right up with it off the catch. No doubt right there. Just get the jumper flowing.
Here's Hero. Oh, the lead pass. Great dish.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Brown on the wing. Vucevic, a screen on Powell. Brown, and no one in the vicinity.
This guy has earned a reputation for handling pressure and making clutch shots.
Outside Hero. Powell. The free ball is down.
Norman Powell on the big-time delivery.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Picked by Vucevic. Oh, the response
Yeah.
from Tatum.
The very definition of their go-to player. Mr. Tatum, ball in your hands. Yes, sir.
Now Hero from deep. Brown pulls down the board. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Vucevic. Yes, sir. Banking in the layup.
Wow, Vucevic with the big-time delivery. The Montenegrin says, that's my shot.
Hero against White. Wiggins fires. Can't hit it.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Vucevic, a screen on Powell. Brown. And the three misses. Heat trail by 3. Shoots.
I didn't touch him.
His role, and that is to be aggressive on the offensive end. Great job drawing contact.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that brings him within 2 here.
And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
Vucevic, a screen on Mitchell. Here's Vucevic.
And the stakes were high right there. What?
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Trailing by 4. Hero looking around. Here's Mitchell. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Heroes! Adebayo with a powerful jam.
Rising to the challenge, Adebayo stays under control and hits a big-time shot.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
One more.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, 2-possession game now after knocking both of those down.
Miami calls timeout. 23 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
The strategy is simple. Get a quick score and foul right away.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
They lead by 4. Mitchell. Here's Adebayo. Lots of room. Rebounded by Vucevic. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that puts him up 5. Powell against Brown. Misses the 3. And now we've got an intentional foul. So the first one drops. And that increases the lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. And so it's Boston with the W. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with the game plan and finishing the job.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. And we present the player of the game, Nikola Vucevic.